Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in and listening and watching here on the Straight from the Hip YouTube channel. If you have any questions, comments, or want to discuss any future show topics, please email us at sfthshow@gmail.com. I hope it's easier to type than it is for me to say. Today I'm going to go and talk about the AFC championship game here against the New England Patriots versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, I've been racking my brain on this because I've been trying to find any way that I could think how the Jaguars can win this game. The only thing I could think of is if the defense plays 2000 Raven style or 2002 Buccaneer style, where the offense can do absolutely nothing and win this game. The only issue with that is that you're probably going against the greatest quarterback of all time who understands how to beat great defenses. Now, I'm going to start on the Jacksonville side. Jacksonville, some things they have to do to be able to win this game is, like I said, that defense has to play lights out. Also, offensively, I think Belichick is going to take away Fournette. So now you have to think to yourself, do you keep trying to pound the rock with Fournette and Yeldon to try to keep them honest, or do you abandon it altogether and try to put the game in Blake Bortles' hands? I think putting it in Blake Bortles' hands could be a mistake, but if you put together a solid game plan, maybe he can have success. I look at it in the sense that the Jaguars have always made the playbook very simplistic for Blake Bortles, very easy reads, very fundamental, crossing routes or deep routes, things that he can easily manage and not have to do much thinking on. I think Belichick puts some disguise and makes him have to think and make decisions, which could lead to turnovers. And if they turn over the ball, it's going to be definitely a wrap on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Most teams that turn over the ball, it's a wrap. But against the New England Patriots, definitely. I think you have to just figure out more creative ways or runs to get Fournette more involved. Maybe you put him more out in the passing game so that you get him more involved. So instead of simulating a regular traditional run game, maybe you get him some receiver screens, running back screens, circle routes, something that can get the ball in his hands, but not in a traditional way. I think if you are the Jacksonville Jaguars, maybe you look at some things that the Kansas City Chiefs do with Kareem Hunt or somebody that they can do to emulate that's a receiving back or Alvin Kamara so that you can give Fournette the ball a little differently. I think that's hard to change the identity of a team in a week, so I doubt they'll go that route. I think they'll stick to who they are and try to win the game with just great defense and not turning over the ball. On New England's side, I think I think they're the odds favorites. I think it may be a blowout. I think New England offensively could take two ways to handle this. Either they can go to their power run game because Rex Burkhead will be back in the lineup. Also, the Jacksonville Jaguars are suspect to be ran on. I think also that the New England Patriots are going to look at some of the tape that the 49ers did against the Jacksonville Jaguars offensively when we kind of exposed them a bit and see what they can do there. Also, let's be real, the New England Patriots do have in their wheelhouse how to beat a formidable pass defense, strong defense when they played the Seattle Seahawks. So I would not be surprised if we see the same method that they used in the Super Bowl where they throw short routes, death by 1,000 cuts, and then those receivers just get the ball, turn upfield, get what they can get, and get down. Don't try to extend plays. Don't try to break tackles. Don't do anything that can give the Jacksonville Jaguars swarming defense a chance to create a turnover. That's what they did against Seattle in the Super Bowl. That's why Seattle's defense didn't do as well when it came to creating turnovers because the receivers got upfield and got down. So I could see that same strategy being implemented here. Now, unless Tom Brady's hand is as bad or is what they're trying to make it seem or pretend like, I think there'd be no issues for them on offense to just slowly, methodically keep slicing the Jaguars piece by piece until they can get field goals into the end zone. Now, New England defensively, we all know Belichick takes away your favorite weapon, which would be Fournette, which goes to my previous statement. They have to give Fournette the ball differently. But I think in that case, they're going to try to make sure that Blake Bortles can beat them. But when I say that, they're probably you're going to see a lot of maybe cover one or cover two. And then when I say that particular, I mean that they're going to say, hey, we don't think your receivers can beat our corners man to man with maybe one single floating safety. We're going to dedicate and stop the run, but probably have a spy on Fournette to kind of keep him in check, and then make Blake Bortles beat us from the pocket traditionally. I do think one wrinkle in this can make this very interesting. Is something that when I was trying to find out any way the Jacksonville Jaguars could win this game is that maybe the Jaguars take on the mindset of Blake Bortles just run. What I mean by that is if the pass is in there, Blake Bortles just use your legs and get it. I know New England in the past, when it comes to quarterbacks or people that can run a dual threat, like all teams, they struggle a bit. I think this will be a wrinkle in the offense that New England's not ready for. Or, excuse me, it's Bill Belichick. He's ready for everything. But it's a wrinkle in the offense that people don't think about. I think Blake Bortles in the last 2, 3 games has had 233 yards rushing. I think if you look at this situation and say, okay, Blake Bortles, if you don't got it, it's not there. Instead of trying to force something, just try to get what you can get with your yards to try to keep the clock and the chains moving if you can. I think that may be something they can look to use to help them offensively in Jacksonville. But other than this, I don't see much in the way that Jacksonville could win this game. I'm thinking this game may end up being like 38 to like 17 or 20. So I'm taking New England on this one. As much as I would love for Jacksonville to upset them, change that. I wouldn't love that because who wants to see Blake Bortles in the Super Bowl? So let me stop lying. Go ahead, New England. We're going all the way. We're going to just take New England all the way to the Super Bowl here. Thank you all for listening to that AFC breakdown. Please listen to us on Straight from the Hip. We go on every Monday at 8 p.m. on Facebook Live. YouTube Live will be coming soon. On Facebook Live, look us up on Playbook Athlete. It's a site on there where we do Facebook Live where we broadcast the show. Or you can call in at 347-850-8025 a Monday at 8 o'clock. Thank you so much and have a great day.